This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Watch Jay Kelly December 5th, only on Netflix.
Say hello to the all-new Alexa Plus and see how Alexa can do so much more for you. Need tickets to see your favorite artist? Craving your comfort restaurant? Just sit back, relax, and talk naturally. Alexa's on it. It learns your style, anticipates what's next, and makes it happen across Echo, Fire TV, and more. Learn more at amazon.com/new Alexa.
Massacre in Canada. The ostriches that we've been reporting about for the last 6 months. Well, the Supreme Court of Canada did not hear the case. Well, like 5 minutes later, the CFIA hires these killers, these shooters, to shoot in the middle of the night, to shoot the 300, 400 ostriches. And when I talked to the president the other day, he pardoned the turkeys in the United States, but I'm disappointed that the Prime Minister of Canada, Cameron, did not pardon the ostriches. And today we have other angry Canadians with us. We have Norman Traversy, and Norman is an advocate and a very, very angry Canadian because he believes that the bureaucrats at the CFIA have no heart. And also Susan Terry, a researcher, a journalist, and an educator, and she is mad as heck. Well, Susan, Norman, who goes first?
Go ahead, I'll be happy to speak first. Yes, I've been aware of this ostrich situation for quite some time, months ago. Almost a year ago when it started, and I've had concerns about it. I sit in on a meeting called Freedom Rising on Fridays with a whole group that is headed up by one who is the leader of Vaccine Choice Canada. So I've sat on his meetings prior to that since 2020. So very aware of all the things that have been transpiring and moving forward in the world today in this World War III. Also, my father was in World War II and came home with papers that he'd collected in a Holland camp that were all about how they were going to continue the war after the war. And he asked me to help him write a letter to the Governor General of Canada in 1965. To this event, and what I read was horrendous. And what they said in those letters, in those documents, was exactly what they have done, which was to infiltrate all high governing positions in the United States, then move into Canada, and then the world to continue the war after the war. I mean, I'm just summarizing it, but that's basically the story. And
you're not wrong, by the way. Right now, Europe is under attack. And the United States is under attack, and we didn't have immigration, we had invasion. But that's a different story for a different day. Let's concentrate on the ostriches because we only have so much budgeted time for this Sunday morning.
Yes, so I'll just briefly say that how this started out is it was not this group, the CFIA, have been consorting with the UN. And with a group...
The World Health Organization, too. WHO.
The World Health Organization.
They didn't do such a good job on COVID and investigating COVID.
No, they did not. There was no investigation of that at all. What they are doing is this: they've got the Canadian Food Inspection Agency consorting with the UN, the WHO, who has this new department that claims that they needed to take these out. They needed to cull. It was required under the World Organization for Animal Health Stamping Out Policy. which the Canadian government under Trudeau and many of its trading partners adopted. And that policy mandates the depopulation of animals that are infected or suspected to be infected or exposed to the virus, typically within 48 to 72 hours. It's diabolical what they're doing. This is part of the virus itself was started from the vaccine. That's where it came from, just like the other wars.
And Norman, tell us, you are so outraged you intend to sue. And I will tell you, I spoke to Professor Dershowitz, one of our Harvard regulars. Professor,
I know him. I know of him.
And I said to him, does this qualify to go to the Hague court? Does it qualify to go there? And will we get a fair answer in the Hague court? But tell us first, what are you doing?
Okay, what I have done is I have some very high-level experts that are helping me. I'm an ex-firefighter. I'm not a lawyer, but I have lawyers that are working for me pro bono, and very good ones. So in Canada and in all Commonwealth countries, you can file what's called a private prosecution. You can't do it in the States, but I can charge someone criminally without using the police. And it's called a Form 2, a laying of information. So what I did was 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I guess it is, I filed a Form 2 with the British Columbia Supreme Court. Now, in that Form 2, I'll read the opening paragraph. It says, "This is the information of Norman Vincent Traversy, a man hereinafter called the informant. The informant says that Mark Carney, CEO of the Corporation of Canada, RCMP Commissioner Mike Duhame, Deputy Commissioner Dwayne McDonald, E-Division, RCMP, CFIA Director Paul McKinnon, Tyler Gowd, RCMP, and People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals, and every person and any company or agency in attendance at the Universal Ostrich Farm have committed crimes against humanity and against God's creatures." Then I go on for a page and a half to list the crimes that were made, and there are several under the Criminal Code of Canada, including cruelty to animals and reckless use of firearms and armed robbery, because those men, when they took the ostriches, they were wearing guns. That's armed robbery. And I've listed a number of crimes that were made. And then I had a British Justice of the Peace take my oath, and she sealed it with a wax seal and signed it. And it was sent to the Supreme Court of British Columbia 2 days ago. They then emailed me back and said that, you have to do it in person. You can't do it electronically. Apparently, I'm the only person that can't file electronically. They've even got an electronic filing system on their website. But that being said, I now have a woman in Victoria, British Columbia, who is going to hand deliver that document and have it stamped and get a file number. So then this has to go to what's called a pre-enquête hearing. And the pre-enquête hearing is where a judge looks at your evidence and decides whether or not you're bogus. And obviously, we have tons of evidence, and I've got a feeling that there's a good chance.
Let me ask a question. They wouldn't allow, they wouldn't allow the principals, the farmers, Katie Pasitny, to test the animals. They would not allow Secretary Kennedy Dr. Oz and the FDA in the United States, which is the premier testing agency in the world, to test the animals, to test the ostriches.
Yes.
Why? What are they hiding?
Right, and that is one of the crimes I accused them of. I said not allowing the birds to be tested for avian flu was denying medical care and neglect, which is Criminal Code of Canada 4451. So that's one of the crimes. They're all
Yes.
listed, and I was talking to Pasitni just 20 minutes ago, and she is going to add even more crimes to this document, which we will then update with the court.
And I will discuss it with Professor Dershowitz because we're not going to leave it at that. And I have personally said I'll offer a reward to find out what is being hidden. I don't care about the money. I will offer a reward because somebody is hiding something. I saw a one of the videos a couple of weeks ago that that these ostriches might have antibodies that will create a cure.
Yes.
And that Canada already bought $500 million worth of vaccines that they didn't want to go to waste. I don't know what the
correct.
truth is, but we have to find out
Well,
the truth.
that is.
Go ahead.
That's the truth. That is the
story
truth.
behind the vaccine. Yes, that's the truth, and there's
And
a
what,
story
the
behind
name
those
of the company?
vaccines.
What was the name of the company? What did you hear?
Well, what I know behind that is that the person who was responsible for these vaccines was Justin Trudeau. Back in 2015, he sold the.
Was it an American
SARS-CoV-2.
company that they bought them from?
No. What happened was they were banned in the U.S. and Fauci from Chapel Hill Lab, that was SARS-CoV-2 was banned as a bioweapon in 2015 in November. Fauci brought it up to the Winnipeg lab, and Trudeau sold it to Gates' Wuhan lab that he's been sponsoring and owns since the year 2000. Sold it to him for $500 million plus a $40 kickback for every dose sold worldwide.
Wow.
Every dose.
Wow.
So, yes. So
Well-
those factories were in the Ukraine.
Oh, my God. Well,
So what was
Norman,
happening in Ukraine, Russia was bombing the factories, not
Norman
they
and
weren't bombing
Susan.
the people.
I apologize,
Yes.
but we're out of time. But I want to continue this conversation because I am committed. You guys are committed. Katie's committed. Let's find out the truth
Can
for
I
the
get
Canadian
your
people.
email address? If
Go
I
ahead.
can get your email address, I will send you the document right now.
I will tell you offline.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling in this Sunday morning. Thank you.
Kay Jewelers Black Friday sale is on. Now's the time to get up to 50% off Black Friday deals. With savings this big, you can get gifts for everyone on your list. Plus, if Black Friday lines aren't your thing, skip them. At Kay, you can buy online and pick up in store or get free shipping right to your home. This holiday season, unwrap love and savings with Kay. Exclusions apply. See Kay.com/exclusions for details.